when two plates slide past each other. The relative motion of the plate is horizontal. They can occur underwater or on land, and crust is neither destroyed nor created. Because of friction, the plates cannot simply slide past each other. Rather, stress builds up in both plates, and when it exceeds the threshold of the rocks, the energy is released, causing earthquakes. Now, let's go back to this diagram. As indicated by the arrows, how do the two plates move relative to each other? Do they move towards each other, away from each other, or sliding past each other? If you're thinking about sliding past each other, then you are correct. Due to this plate movement, what geologic event do you think may happen? If your answer is earthquake, you are absolutely right. Since the two plates move, will a fault be formed or a trench at the tension zone? The answer would be fault. Transform fault boundary is mostly found in oceans, but there are few that transverse through continental crust. This is characterized by plates moving horizontally against each other, producing a crack called fault on the ground. The force that plates exert can break the rocks and other materials under the ground. The shaking usually ends abruptly. This is why it brings about strong earthquakes. A well-known transform plate boundary is the San Andreas Fault, which is responsible for many of California's earthquakes. Are you aware of the different places along the West Valley Fault? What can you advise to a friend who resides in a place traversed by the fault? If you have strong, sturdy furniture inside your house, can you use them to protect yourself from falling objects once the quake strikes? Different places are now designated as evacuation areas where people could seek refuge in case the so-called Big One strikes. It is important to duck, cover, and hold when the earthquake strikes. There! You have just learned about the processes and landforms along with transform fault boundary. And now, challenge yourself to do this 5-item